Value is a really, really big question, right? What is it? How do we know we've got it? How do we ascertain it? How do we keep focus on it? So, what is value? To be ultimately reductive, value equals benefit minus cost. It's as simple as that. You're not going to get value out of something if your investment in it is greater than the joy that you're going to get out of it. And we do it all the time, right? We do it when we're shopping. Do I want the branded product or the home brand product? There's some things that we really do want the high branded thing. Some things like salt, sugar, we don't care, right? Because it's a basic. Even if you put fancy packaging around, it's still sodium chloride. It's salt, table salt, right? You might want to pay extra for the super posh sea salt with some colored crystals in it, call it Himalayan salt, and it costs you 10 times as much. That's a personal choice, and that's fine. So really there's 5 aspects to value. And the first one is the one I alluded to, is the tangible, non-tangible thing. And this ties into the whole Kano matrix about customer satisfaction and delight. Do you get joy? Does it make you smile? Is there an object in your life that as you go towards it, you think that gives me true joy? I'm fortunate enough to have acquired a new car recently, and every time I walk towards it, it makes me smile. It's a trivial thing, but I like it. Okay, so it was worth spending the money on. So it's this perception or connection thing. We see this a lot with social cachet and influencers. You need to wear your brands on the outside. My dad was hilarious because he would refuse to wear anything with a brand on it. Very, very traditional, older kind of guy. And he's like, if people want to wear brands, they'll pay me, not the other way around. Whereas we're now in this generational cycle that you want the 3 stripes on it or the swoosh or whatever. So this is a non-tangible value. The second one's the easy one, and this is one we often focus on, or typically in many, many teams I've seen, forget about. And that's the financial. What's the bottom line? Are you making the black line blacker? Or are you going in the red? And if you keep doing that for long enough, you'll do a blockbuster. And that was one of the great things about working with an energy company, is there was a ruthless focus on how much value are you generating. And so this could be cost saved. This could be time saved. This could be revenues generated, but it is a clear, measurable impact. And if we're using evidence-based management, this one is really easy to track in all 4 of the key value areas. The third kind of value is social. This is really important if we're working for a charity or a government department or something like that, where we're not so focused on the bottom line. We still care because it's so hard to get money for charities. We've got to be very careful with the spend. We're looking for a social uplift. Are you making the world a better place? Are you making people happier? Are you making people's lives richer? And so this is connection, the social connection. The whole wonderful world of social media, for good or for worse, is about accentuating and amplifying social messages. So what's your social impact? This also ties into sustainability. Humans are having an impact on the planet. Is your organization aware of their impact on the planet? So that ties into social value. Emotional is calling out that non-tangible aspect more pronounced, in a more pronounced manner, right? So are you making people angry when they use your product? Have you ever had a product that frustrates you? I had a couple of things like that, and it was a joy to get rid of them, right? There's baggage you can dump. Don't make your products like that. And this is where we're looking for customer delighters. Is it a positive experience? Is it inclusive? Are you connecting? Are you making it accessible for everyone? And we've demonstrated time and time again, if you make your products accessible and inclusive, everybody benefits. And the last thing is a subtle one, but really important. Future value. Are you creating aspects of your product that makes it easy to maintain, easy to grow, easy to change and alter? Are you enabling the future of your product to be extensible? Are you closing down options in your product? And this is where you can have a look at the Amazon process. Is it a one-way door or a two-way door? Now, if we make this decision, is it a never go back decision? In which case you really need to think about it long and hard and consult with a wider range of stakeholders. If it's easily reversible, you just get on with it. So if that's what we say value is, why does it matter? Well, because you're spending money building this thing. And there's no point investing the hard work, time, energy, money of building something that is not valuable. Do you spend money on your weekly shop to only bin that stuff? If you're consistently doing it, you're wasting money. What we want to do is make sure that there's no regret spend with our teams. A regret spend is where you regret spending the money. Have you ever bought something and go, crikey, I've now got to flog it and get rid of it. And it's going to cost me money to get rid of it. So I've lost money, time. I've lost my initial capital outlay. So that's sunk cost. I've now lost even more money and time trying to get rid of the damn thing as it's cluttering up my life. That's regret spend. Don't do that with your teams, because you're burning people's cycles and you're really damaging morale. So if we know what it is, we know why it is, how do you focus on it effectively? You have to make it front and center of the conversation. We have to encourage product owners to own the product. We have to educate the organization to listen to them. Are you using modern product management processes? Are you thinking about discovery? Are you closing your feedback loops? Are you measuring? Have you made this objective? Are you encouraging your developers to challenge the product owner? What's the value in building this? This should be a robust, public, frequent conversation. It should be coming up in your sprint reviews. We've built this. This is the expected value from it. Are you writing hypothesis statements around the intent? Is it connected to your goals? Because if we don't talk about it, we forget about it. In the same way that we talk about our retrospective actions in our daily Scrum to make sure it happens, we frequently talk about the value proposition for the particular feature or product backlog item we're working on so that we can maintain prescient around the impact. So value is the most essential characteristic of a product backlog. If you're not value focused, you're going to build junk, or you're just going to build a lot of features that people don't care about. You will build a Windows 8. And if any of you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It was a horrible product. They couldn't patch it fast enough. Focus on value, measure it, talk about it, bring it up in every event, because it's the key to growing your customers.